Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So it's right here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
And we welcome you to Veterans Memorial Stadium in Snohomish. It's week number 5 of the high school football season, and the Lynnwood Royals have traveled north to meet the Snohomish Panthers. Hello, everybody. Tom Lafferty along with Bill Kusler. Thanks for being with us here on this Thursday night of high school football here in Snohomish between the Royals and the Panthers. And Bill Kusler taking a look. The Snohomish Panthers coming in, just one loss in the opening game against Glacier Peak, but they've run off 3 straight.
Well, it's nothing to be ashamed of. Glacier Peak is ranked number 1 in 4A in the state. They had a kind of tough going there, but then they've come off with 3 consecutive victories, very impressive victories, including over Edmonds Woodway last week. And Edmonds Woodway was one of the teams thought to be a favorite along with Snohomish and Monroe in the 3A South. So big win for Snohomish. They come into this game against Lynnwood. Lynnwood, has been struggling. They're very young. They have 8 seniors on their roster and 8 freshmen.
Oh, wow.
So they are extremely young. They got a great coaching staff. They've still put it together, but Monroe really had their way with them before. And so we'll see how long Lynnwood could hang in with Snohomish. Snohomish having to guard against, a little overconfidence going in, if they're reading the scoreboard. And so we'll see what kind of a contest we have here tonight.
The Snohomish Panthers, as we mentioned, they lose to Glacier Peak in the opening game of the season, 42-13. Then they win over Mount Lake Terrace, 23-7. They beat Shorecrest 37-14. And last week, they got a 43-27 win over Edmonds Woodway. But that game was closer than it indicated in the final score. It was kind of tooth and nail all the way down to about midway point of that fourth quarter. Lynnwood comes in, yet to win a ball game. And the Royals opened up their season with a 53-7 loss to Rainier Beach. Then they lose to Shorewood 28-12, a loss to Edmonds Woodway, and then last week just got thumped by Monroe 70-26. So they come in at 0-4 on the season. We'll take a break, come back with today's opening kickoff and game action. We've had the toss of the coin, and we're getting set to go. Thanks for being with us here on a Thursday night on STSPN.com.
SWCC is an acronym, and it stands for Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
You can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back. And, that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
In the end, we're fighting for each other.
Full practice, switch doctor, requesting immediate hot extra.
Here on the team, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together, and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else in the boats.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood, and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do-It-Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
We at Gene Johnson are here and ready to help with our touch-free service. Being clean and safe are at the top of our minds. We're using gloves, masks, shoe covers, and lots of hand sanitizer. Our software allows us to get your approval without any physical contact. We hope you don't need us, but if you do, we're ready. Gene Johnson, clean, on time, and professional.
To the second half, so Lynnwood says we'll take the football, and so they will receive. Snohomish will kick off, and we'll be set for some Thursday night football action here in the Western Conference South Division. As we mentioned, Lynnwood comes in 0-4 on the season, Snohomish at 3-1. And we will see, really, Bill, the question is how long can Lynnwood keep up with the Snohomish Panthers tonight?
Well, it's going to be a battle of the trenches. I know going into this season, even though they were very young, coach of the Lynnwood Royals said that he was pretty pleased with his interior line, and so that's what's going to keep them in the ball game if they can neutralize the line of scrimmage a little bit, and we shall see whether they are able to do so. And again, when something goes amiss, Snohomish scores, Lynnwood's just got to suck it up, come right back in, don't get down. And even though it's been a tough season, they're young, they're improving, and Snohomish, on the other hand, they need to put the pedal to the metal right away. They want to establish things right away and, don't give Lynnwood any hope here early.
Well, like a lot of schools, Keontae Bankhead in his 9th year at Lynnwood, they battle the numbers game. Like you said, a varsity football game, you've got, what'd you say, 8 freshmen?
8 freshmen, 8 seniors. And you look across the way, and there are about half as many white jerseys on the sideline as there are red jerseys on this sideline.
Caleb Podel to kick it off for the Panthers, sets it up at the left hash mark. Jordan Whittle is deep to receive. He's the deep man for the Lynnwood Royals. 12 minutes on the clock, and we are set to get underway here at Snohomish. Thursday night football. Snohomish in the red jerseys and the black pants. Haven't seen that combination in a long, long time. White helmets. They'll be moving from right to left, and we are set to go. Podel to put his foot to it. It is away. It's been taken by a side man at the 15. It cuts back across out to the 20, up to about the 23. Deion Baker on the return. It gets about an 8-yard return, and so the Lynnwood Royals will put it in play. It'll be 1st and 10 as they get underway, Bill.
Let's take a look at the starters for Lynnwood from tackle to tackle. Noah Peterson, Asif Kinfei, Adrian Guab, Miles Gordon, and Kellen O'Brien. Wide receivers Jordan Whittle and Trent Whitehood. Your quarterback is Raymond Sarath. Zaire Griffin at halfback, Nathan Williams at fullback, and the slot is Kieran McDougall.
Sirahath, the quarterback, 5'8", 150-pound sophomore. He's in the shotgun, and he will roll out to pass, looks downfield, throws, intercepted by Snohomish. Panther picked up. Cole Taylor came back, put it right into his breadbasket. Bill, that's about as easy an interception you'll ever get.
Yeah, Snohomish got a lot of pressure on him as he goes back, a quick rollout. It was designed well, but then sneaking through, putting a lot of pressure on him. He had to get rid of it early and just didn't get the ball far enough, and it was a nice play to pick up that interception for Cole Taylor.
Cole Taylor, yep. It was Trent Whitehead was the intended receiver. So 1st and 10, Snohomish from the 43-yard line. Give it on the handoff to Kyle Larson. Larson, not much running room there for Larson on the handoff from Cale Hammer. Let's take a look at the Snohomish starters.
From tackle to tackle, we have Ryder Elton, Connor King, Tommy Brandvold, Seth Aboud, Peyton Clark. Wide receivers Wyatt Doran, Ryan Stepp, and Gavin Maynard. Your quarterback is Cale Hammer. The running backs Mason Orgill and Kyle Larson.
So it'll be 2nd down, 9 yards to go from the 42-yard line. Shotgun snap for Hammer. Looking downfield, knocked away downfield. As the intended receiver there was Gavin Maynard, knocked away by Jordan Whittle. Nice play by Whittle, went up and just knocked the ball away.
Tremendous play. Got that right hand up and just swatted that ball. Knocked the ball away before he made contact with the receiver. Excellent defensive play for Lynnwood, bringing up a 3rd and long for the Panthers.
3rd and 9 from the 42 for Snohomish. Their opening possession off of the interception by Cole Taylor on the first play from scrimmage by Lynnwood. Handoff around the left-hand side. That's going to be Kyle Larson. Larson will run it. He's going to get 8. I think he's going to come up about a half a yard short or so. Needs to get to the 33, and he gets to the 34, so he'll be a full yard short. 3rd and 1 coming up.
4th and 1.
Oh, excuse me, 4th and 1. And yeah, I missed one.
So big play early. Makes sense. Snohomish will go for it.
Go for it here inside the 35-yard line. And the quarterback, Hammer, will just keep it himself, and he'll just pile drive and bulldoze and road grader and just about every other piece of heavy equipment they're working on up on the roundabouts here on Highway 9. And that's enough to move the pile and move the sticks. First down.
Starting defenders for Lynnwood, the defensive line, Victor Sanchez Hernandez, Michael Sovic, Adrian Gowan, Kellen O'Brien. The linebackers, Trent Whitehood, Asif Kinfei, Nathan Williams. The defensive backs, Dion Baker, Kieran McDougall, Jordan Whittle, and Zaire Griffin.
And there he goes. That's that man again, and he's going to be brought down short, I think. Kyle Larson, he's going to get, he needed 31. They'll give him 30. I think he kind of took his foot off the gas pedal as he approached the end zone.
Nice touchdown-saving tackle, but a little bit too late for Lynnwood and Snohomish in their opening drive. Very impressive. They convert on the 4th down, get a big play, and now in the red zone.
So it's to be first and goal at the 1 for Snohomish. Cale Hammer, motion man, and they'll give it to Larson. They say, yeah, you got 30 of them. We'll give you the last one for the dive play. Touchdown, Snohomish.
So Kyle Larson on that opening drive, 4 carries for 40 yards, including that big 30-yarder to set up his 1-yard touchdown plunge.
So the kick coming up here, Caleb Podel is the kicker. Lucas Bosa, the holder, waiting for the addition of the extra point here. Low snap, but the kick is up and it is good. So with 9 minutes and 50 seconds to play in the opening quarter, Panthers draw first blood. It's 7-0, Snohomish leading Lynnwood. Back with more from Snohomish right after this timeout. We're at Snohomish High School, Veterans Memorial Stadium. The Snohomish Panthers and the Lynnwood Royals on a Thursday night. Western Conference 3A South football. We may have a basketball score. Snohomish takes their opening possession and drives it right on down the field to get the touchdown off the interception by the Lynnwood Royals. And let's go to Buddy Patrick with a look at that scoring drive.
Panthers go 43 after that interception, goes 43 yards in 6 plays, 5 on the ground, 1 through the air, taking 1:58 off of the clock. It was a 1-yard touchdown run by Kyle Larson after his 30-yard run. Just before that, Caleb Podel's kick was good, and with 9:50 to go here in the first quarter, it's the Panthers 7, the Royals nothing.
We just did this a couple of minutes ago, but Caleb Podel is going to kick it. Jordan Whittle is deep to receive, and they will send it deep, and it's going to kind of slice out of, Bill, looks like your golf shot. Just sliced it right OB on the near side. The flag comes in, probably put it out to the 35-yard line, and that'll be 1st and 10 for Lynnwood.
Well, quickly, let's run through the Snohomish Panther defensive starters. The defensive line, Oscar Adams, Seth Abood, and Max McDicken. The linebackers, Brody Strand, Mason Podel, and the defensive backs, Cole Taylor, Easton Leonard, Parker Jackson, Andrew Siemens, and Samuel Flores.
1st and 10 for Lynnwood. Their first play from scrimmage a little while ago was an interception. Sirahath is the quarterback out of the shotgun. They'll run it this time. Looking for some running room there. Not much for Zaire Griffin. Griffin, no gain on the play. Put him right back to the line of scrimmage at the 35-yard line.
He's kind of dancing around a little bit. I think you want to try to go a little bit more north and south. And good pursuit by the Snohomish Panther defensive line, kind of slanting to that side and bringing him down for a short gain.
So did you mean north and south, like up and down the field, or north and south as we're sitting here facing the north, and they're moving from east to west?
I meant the figurative north and south.
Okay, all right. So, 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap back. Sirahath will gun it down the left side. He's got a man, incomplete. Overshot him. Jordan Whittle was the intended receiver. Couldn't get it to him.
Oh, unfortunate for Lynnwood. Whittle had about 5 yards on the defender, and that pass was just a little bit too long. Easton Leonard on the defense, but wow, that
But he was open.
Could have been a big touchdown play for Lynnwood. Unfortunate for them.
So the incomplete pass makes it 3rd and 10 coming up here. Easton Leonard is on the near side. Here we go. 3rd down and 10. Sarahath, shotgun snap. Play action. Looking, same play, same result. Incomplete pass. And the same intended receiver, but Wyatt Doran is the defender.
And I realized after that opening interception that, he doesn't want to come up short and get the ball picked off, but 2 opportunities there in a row where they could have gone big and the ball was just overthrown.
Dion Baker in to kick it. Caleb Podol is deep. Kind of a wobbly kick. Podol will catch it at the 32, heads upfield 35, out past the 40-yard line until he's brought down by Zaire Griffin. 11-yard return. It'll be 1st and 10 for Snohomish. They'll have kind of a short field here. They'll put him down at the 44-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Snohomish.
That was excellent coverage by Griffin and a good open field tackle because there was about 30 yards of green beyond him had he missed that. And so a nice play by Zaire Griffin.
1st and 10 for Snohomish at the 44-yard line, their own 44. Hammer will throw it over the middle, incomplete. He throws a fastball, and he does throw a fastball as Cale Hammer is on his way to pitch for Gonzaga Bulldogs in the fall.
Wyatt Doran, the intended receiver. They had Zaire Griffin on the defense. They had about 9 guys in the box that time, and had Snohomish been able to connect on that, there was a lot of green in front of them, but nice defensive play.
Nice play. Nice thing about baseball is you don't have 11 guys breathing down your neck trying to knock you down when you've got the ball. They're going to run the ball around the right-hand side. Mason Orgill, he had 5 touchdowns in the game a couple of weeks ago. He spins away from him at the 50, down the right sideline, tries to get around the last chance, but Zaire Griffin stands his ground and stops him down near the 20-yard line. 35-yard run that time.
Lynnwood had 2 defenders there with their arms on him, and they just could not bring him down. He spun away. Boy, missed tackles really come back to bite you, and Orgill ended up with a big run.
They're going to say he was brought down. They've got him down at the 19. Oh, there's a flag down back at the 30-yard line. Officially 37, but I think it's officially going to be none. Looks like it's going to be a blind side block. Jim Broughton is our referee. Yes, it's going to be a blind side block. That's where you put your 2 knuckles together in front of you from the spot of the foul. So it ends up now being an 11-yard gain, puts him at the 45-yard line. The Pee Wee football players down in front of us. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Shotgun snap, hand off. It's going to be Kyle Larson. Larson will carry. Across the 40, put him down at the 38-yard line. So Larson on that carry brings up 2nd down and about 3 yards to go. Coming up here for Snohomish, they're going quick. Right up back to the line of scrimmage they go. Wide out left on the 2nd and 3. Little double reverse inside. Larson around the corner. Up the corner, that is going to be Orgill. Orgill will go into the corner, dive for the pylon, and he's in. Touchdown, Snohomish. Larson had it, gave it to Orgill. Orgill says, I'll take it into the end zone for another Snohomish touchdown.
Great play fake to Larson. Had a lot of the Lynnwood defenders going that way, and then Orgill comes around the other side, and did he show a lot of speed on that as he just outran the defenders and then a dive into the pylon. And had his quarterback out blocking in front of him. Impressive. Just get that ball over the pylon for 6.
Points coming up here for Podol.
Podol is an excellent kicker, 3 for 4 in field goals this year. He had a long of 40 yards, so he's got an excellent leg.
High snap, they bobble it, and rolling back is the holder. He throws it in the corner, incomplete. Wyatt Doran, the ball kind of bounced back to him. Doran rolled out the pass, and then, who was the intended? Brody Strant, who's probably not expecting to go out for the pass, but he was put it right on his hands.
Well, they practice that,
Yep.
that they yell fire and something's gone wrong, and they all know what to do. So it is a play that they use when there's a botched snap attempt.
Can we see that again, Todd? On the try for the extra point. We'll keep it right here. Yeah, off his back foot too, trying to just heave it down there. Maybe something good will happen. It didn't. It was incomplete.
Almost did.
Yeah.
It was close, and Brody Strant was open.
So Snohomish now with a 13-0 lead over the Lynnwood Royals. Didn't give you all the officials. Jim Broughton is the referee. The umpire, Omar Kardahi. David Lauer is the linesman. James Park is the line judge, and the back judge is Pat Sievers. We'll take a look at that scoring drive after this kickoff coming up here. Podol to kick it. It's been Whittle, and it will be Whittle back. He's the center man, although all the kicks have been kind of fading to the left as Podol approaches, and here we go. He's going to short kick this one.
Oh, look out.
It's going to be picked up by an up man at the 30, close to the 30, then kind of goes back. Zaire Griffin on the return. Not much there, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Lynnwood. And we take a look at that scoring drive with Buddy Patrick.
These 6 yards and 3 plays all on the ground, taking a minute 13 off of the clock. A 38-yard touchdown run by Mason Orgill. Caleb Podol's kick was no good because it was a bad snap. Pass was incomplete. With 7:37 to go in the first quarter, it's Snohomish 13, Lynnwood 0.
And Lynnwood, their third possession here. 1st and 10. They'll start this one at the 27-yard line. 7.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. And a 13-0 lead for Snohomish. Empty backfield. Fake it. Throw it. Could be complete. Heading upfield. Griffin will get out to about the 33-yard line. It was Zaire Griffin. Got a 5-yard gain. He was the motion man after the empty backfield.
That was a nice cutback. Get up for this. Griffin has, both offensively and defensively, has been a huge part of the Lynnwood Royal football team. Nice cutback to pick up 5. Actually, their first 5 positive yards of the quarter.
2nd down, 5 yards to go from the 32-yard line. Again, they go empty backfield. With a motion man, but he's going to go left and into a little bit of traffic, through the traffic. A couple of guys in red shirts there. Jordan Whittle, again, the intended receiver, incomplete pass.
And that time, again, just a little bit long on the throw. And actually, that time, pretty good coverage by Snohomish.
Western Conference football is brought to you by Les Schwab Tire. Les Schwab, also our sponsor of the new Lineman of the Night Award. And tonight's STSPN broadcast is also sponsored by Adrenaline Fundraising, sponsor of our Player of the Game, Airfield Espresso at Harvey Field, and American Family Insurance, Sally Petty Agency. Thanks for being with us on this Thursday night, STSPN. Tom Lafferty along with Bill Kusler. Our spotter's Tom Friel. Our statistician is Buddy Patrick. Here we go on a 3rd down play. Griffin around the corner, can't turn the corner. Had the blinker on, but he's going to be brought down for a TFL, tackle for loss back there. That's going to be Sam Flores and Max McDicken to lead the charge for Snohomish defensively.
So Lynnwood had a little bit of life there on one positive play, but Snohomish's defense comes to the fore once again. It'll be forced the Royals to punt the ball.
Loss of 6 yards. It was Griffin.
Timeout, Lynnwood.
So a timeout called by Lynnwood. Will step aside with 6:07 to play in the first quarter. Snohomish 13, Lynnwood nothing. Back with more after this timeout.
You may have heard the phrase, the early bird gets the worm. Well, at Bickford Ford, the early bird gets first crack at the new 2023 Fords. Right now, order a new 2023 Ford F-150 and move to the front of the line for America's #1 truck for the last 45 years. Or start your order on a 2023 Ranger, Edge, Bronco Sport, or Explorer. Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership. Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or at bickford.net.
Fourth down now for Lynnwood. 4th and 10 after the 6-yard, 4th and 11 really, after the 6-yard loss by Zaire Griffin. Deion Baker will punt the football on 4th down. Kind of a high snap, kind of a low line driver. Podol is back. He will receive it at the 43. Podol at the 50, 45, stays on his feet, spins away at the 35, still carrying tacklers with him. Finally, the finishing touches into the Snohomish bench here on the near side. It's a nice return inside the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Snohomish.
Snohomish has broken a lot of tackles here early, and again, Podol doing a great job along the Snohomish sideline, shedding defenders, and finally took about 7 Lynnwood Royals to pop them out of bounds.
So Cale Hammer, the quarterback, 6'3", 227 senior. 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line for the Panthers. Back to pass. Got a man down there. Can he make the connection? He can. That's a touchdown for Snohomish. Mason Orgill hauls it in. Touchdown, Panthers.
Well, that was absolutely gorgeous. Orgill had about 10 yards on his defender on Trent Whitehead, and Hammer said, "You can't touch this." He put it right on the money.
Thank you.
Oh, that's picture perfect lead. Doesn't get prettier than that.
So Podol to kick it. Wyatt Duran, it didn't work very well. No, actually, they're going to kick it. It's kind of a line drive, but it's through, and it is good. With 5 minutes and 42 seconds to play here in the opening quarter, Snohomish out to a 20-0 lead over Lynnwood. Back with more from Veterans Memorial Stadium right after this.
Live concert.
Got the Pee Wee kids down here, all in their uniforms. And they're making a bunch of racket here on this Thursday night at Veterans Memorial Stadium in Snohomish.
How fun for all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Sitting together, and how fun for their parents to get to sit somewhere far away from them.
Not with them. Yeah, that's right. So Caleb Podol, we've been doing this. He's going to wear out his leg. He's going to kick it off here. Jordan Whittle's the deep man. They haven't really gotten it to him yet. Won't this time either. It's going to fall short at the 30 and then just down right away. Aiden Laughlin just fields it, falls to his belly and says, let's start here at the 30-yard line, 1st and 10.
Pretty interesting. Instead of kicking it deep, Podol is kind of looking for empty spots and trying to pop it over that first line of defenders and in front of the people back to receive, hoping to maybe get a weird bounce and end up with a long onside kick. All for naught though. Laughlin, good hands, pop down on the ground, and Lynnwood will have another opportunity here.
1st down, 10 yards to go from the 30. Now running backs in the backfield. Have an option play, late pitch. Zaire Griffin turns the corner, 30, spins out to the 35-yard line. Gavin Maynard comes up and makes the stop.
Griffin is a good athlete and gets outside. He's very fast, but just 5'7", 145, their quarterback. Saharath is is 5'8", 150, so they're really small in the skill positions.
And they're both sophomores, too. So after the gain of 4, it'll be 2nd and 6 coming up here. Today's game brought to you in part by Bickford Ford in Snohomish, Fred's Rivertown Ale House on 1st Street, and by Gene Johnson Plumbing. Timeout on the field called by Lynnwood with 20-0 lead for the Snohomish Panthers. Let's keep it right here. Remind you that today's game also brought to you by GS Heating, Cooling, and Electric, by McDaniel's Do It Best, with us since the beginning, by Monster Energy Drink, and by U.S. Navy Recruiting and the U.S. Marines. Tom Lafferty along with Bill Kusler here on this Thursday night. Thursday night football is kind of fun.
It is.
Gets us out of the house, right?
I know my wife was smiling when I left.
That's right. Did you invite her along?
Oh, nah.
So the timeout expires. It bring up 2nd down, 6 yards to go for Lynnwood. They're in the white uniforms. Moving left to right here in this first quarter. Back to pass, Sidaharath. Airs it out. Too long again.
I just keep hoping one of those is going to connect.
Jordan Whittle is 2.
Whittle, he's getting a good work. That guy's got to be in good shape because it's just like running wind sprints in practice. But I do hope that they're able to connect at some point.
So 3rd and 6 for the Lynnwood Royals, down 20-0 at the 5:24 mark to play here in the opening quarter. Raymond Siharath is the quarterback. He stands in the shotgun. He's got 2 running backs.
Everybody loves Raymond.
See what they do here. Late toss. Zaire, nothing. Zaire Griffin on the carry. Brody Straunt says, no. Oh, excuse me, Mason Podol comes up and says, no. And Straunt was the 2nd man in. So they will give him 2 yards on the forward progress just across the 35-yard line, but that brings up 4th down for Lynnwood. And their punter is getting a workout as well. Yeah, Baker is the punter for Lynnwood. Caleb Podol deep to receive. Kick is away. Podol retreats back to the 26-yard line, heads upfield. 40, and then kind of hogtied and brought down on an arm tackle to stop him out at the 46-yard line. Kieran McDougall and Mateo Phillips are in on the stop for the Royals. Now the officials are having a little confab here at the 40-yard line. They haven't moved the sticks, which is never a good sign.
It's better than moving the sticks and then having to move them back.
That was last week.
That's right.
On our radio game last week. And so they've, I think, come to an agreement here. Yeah, the flag is way over the out-of-bounds line at the 40-yard line.
Hold.
Personal foul.
Oh.
Yeah, against the Panthers. So instead of starting out at about the 45-yard line, they're going to start back at about the 30-yard line after the march-off at the end of the play. So it must have happened after the play was over. Where are they going to put it down? I think so. At the 30. So we're just wondering if if it's post scrimmage is what. No, they're going to put it right on the 30. They're still talking about it. So I think they're just going to put it right on the 30. So it will be 1st and 10 for Snohomish. The Panthers are ready to go. The officials are all over still having a meeting. So, no, boys, don't hike the football till we're ready to go. So let's bring Tom Friel in, Todd. Let's bring Tom Friel in.
No,
yeah,
don't.
Yes, we are.
I don't know.
So tell me about about post-scrimmage kick? You said that.
If the penalty occurred during the kick, then you go from the post-scrimmage kick spot.
All right. While the ball is in the air, or?
Yes,
okay.
when it occurred during there. It looks like this is a post-scrimmage kick foul because they're going from the spot of the return, where the return started.
Okay. All right.
And they'll go half the distance back to mark off the penalty.
Okay. Which, Bill, becomes halfway to Avenue D. That's a big penalty.
Yeah, about half the field. Yeah.
But it will be 1st and 10 for Snohomish, so this will start then at the 14-yard line. Hammer throws, incomplete, out of bounds. So, yeah, after that personal foul occurred way back. And then we have apparently we have an injured Lynnwood Royal out of bounds. It's blocked from our view. Is it? I'm not sure if it a Snohomish player or a Lynnwood player. We don't know. It's behind a whole bunch of players and a whole bunch of coaches. So it's being attended to here on the near sideline. So let's step aside and we'll come back with 4:24 to go in the first quarter. It's actually, it was a Snohomish Panther. We're not stepping aside. He stood up. He was healed. And so
a training staff laid hands on him.
Laid hands on him. He healed. So after the incomplete pass, that brings up 2nd down, 10 at the 44-yard line. It's Cale Hammer. Look. We're thinking maybe it was, we still haven't got a good firm view of the number. So 2nd and 10 from the 14 here for Snohomish. Cale Hammer gets a snap, hands it off. It's Kyle Larson. Larson around the left side. He'll get a couple. 3 exactly. That'll put him out to about the 17, 18-yard line.
Really important for Lynnwood to get a stop here, just to, kind of get them back emotionally back into the ball game to hold Snohomish. And if they are able to hold them, they would end up probably with some pretty good field position to start the next offensive possession.
3rd and 7 for Snohomish. Motion man, back to pass. Hammer being chased. Throws the screen, complete. Now, that's Larson. Larson breaks a man at the 30, gets out to the 40, still running out close to the 50-yard line. Kyle Larson, the little screen pass, and Zaire Griffin finally comes through and brings him down after a 32-yard little pass play. Bill, that screen worked to perfection. You let the guys through and then just dump it over the oncoming defenders.
Oh, Peyton Clark had a really nice block to open that play up, and Snohomish another big play on 3rd down conversion and a 1st down. Great block.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. He'll throw again. Sling it out to the right side, into traffic, knocked away, incomplete.
Almost picked off. Nice play by Dion Baker, who just about was able to bring that ball in.
Orgill was the intended receiver. As Bill said, Baker breaks it up. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 49-yard line.
That would have been a great catch had he been able to hang on to that thing. Stretches out, but then the ground knocks the ball out. But nice defensive play. He was upset with himself, but good play, young man.
Dang it, I had that thing. 2nd and 10, 49-yard line for Snohomish. They'll run it, and nothing there for Kyle Larson. Larson's going to be met in the backfield and brought down. Noor Amadadzi will bring him down for a loss of 3 yards. Put him back to the 46.
Excellent defensive play there.
So 3rd and long here for Snohomish, and they're to the line of scrimmage, and here we go. We're at 2:43 to play in the opening quarter, a 20-0 lead. Put a man in motion. Hammer will set up. Hit as he lets go of the football. puts it down there, incomplete. Intended receiver was Mason Orgill, and Deion Baker again in on the coverage.
That was a great pass rush here. As you will see, Hammer back to pass, and just as he gets ready to throw, he's just going to get lambasted on a blitz play. Here comes the linebacker, and boom, right in the midsection.
That hurts from up here.
So Lynnwood gets their first stop of the evening and will force Snohomish to punt. Nice defensive series for the Royals.
Caleb Podol to kick it. He's everywhere. Waiting for the snap here on a 4th down, 4th and 13. Zaire Griffin is deep to receive. That rugby-style kick, nice punt. Puts it down inside the 15, then it just rolls dead right there at the 12-yard line. That rugby-style punt where he runs out to the right a couple of steps before he puts his foot to it.
And it was low, but he had a nice spiral on it and dropped it inside the 15-yard line. So Lynnwood, a good defensive stop, but they have the long field to go now here as we get close to having the first quarter wind down.
Put it all the way down to the 12, so long drive ahead here of the Lynnwood Royals. 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Saharath is the quarterback. And on a 1st down play, they'll give it on the handoff right up the middle. Nate Williams, on the play, on the run, right straight up the gut.
Tremendous fake here. Watch this as he fakes the fly sweep and goes straight up the middle. Nice play and a 9-yard gain.
So 2nd and 1 coming up here for the Royals. The ball is snapped. There'll be about a minute and a half to play here in the first quarter. A 20-0 lead for Snohomish. Motion man, he rolled a pass. Being pressured and down he will go. He's going to lose big yardage here, back close to the original line of scrimmage. He gets sacked there, and it's going to be Max McDicken and Mason Podol who will come up. They'll get a half a sack apiece, I suppose, and he'll be brought down right back at the original line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 10 coming up here for Lynnwood.
How many times have we heard the name McDicken over the last 50 years on a Snohomish football field?
Yeah, that's true. Many, many times, and this time it's Max McDicken, 6'1", 187-pound senior for the Panthers. 3rd and 10, empty backfield for Lynnwood. Sahara throws, kind of slings it upfield. Really the only closest man was a Snohomish Panther. It was Parker Jackson who had the best chance at it. He had a receiver kind of flying down the left-hand side, but incomplete, brings up 4th down, and so Lynnwood's defense causes a 4th down. They get it back off the punt, but now they'll have to punt the ball himself. Caleb Podol is deep to receive. Deion Baker is the punter. Standing right on the goal line. Actually, really a yard deep. He floats that one up as Podol will return from the 46. Heads crossfield, 40, 35, 30, down the left side, 20, and then stayed on his feet and gets in the end zone. 47 yards, touchdown, Snohomish. How on earth did he stay on his feet?
That was a beastquake return. And we'll see it, how he just absolutely runs over a defender here. Looked like Marshawn Lynch or Jim Brown back in the day. As he's running down the sideline, the player's right there, boom! And he keeps his feet in bounds and is able to go for 6.
The punter was the last one with the last chance opportunity, Deion Baker.
And he's saying, I don't really want to try that again.
This is not in my job description. Caleb Podol to kick it. Wyatt Doran holds. Kick is away, it's up, and it is good. We'll take a break with 32 seconds to play here in the first quarter. The Snohomish Panthers 27, the Lynnwood Royals nothing. We'll be right back.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Now we see the Pee Wee football players that are here at the stadium this evening watching tonight's game.
They're having a great time watching a big Snohomish lead.
Yeah, it's actually 32 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And it will be Caleb Podel to kick it here again for Snohomish. This is fifth kickoff, the opening kickoff, and 4 touchdowns. Plus a punt mixed in there. There's been a lot of possessions. End over end, it'd be Whittle, takes it 50, right up the middle, gets to the 30 and dives forward to about the 30, and a flag comes down. Flag down came in from the side man on the far side, just as the play was drawing to a close there. While we decide the penalty, we'll take a look at the scoring drive.
And the Panthers, not much of a drive. Caleb Polo with the 47-yard punt return for the touchdown. He then gets the good point after touchdown kick with 32 seconds to go here in the first quarter. It's Snohomish 27, Lynnwood 0.
And on the return, an illegal block in the back against Lynnwood. 10 yards from the point of the infraction, put him back to about the 24-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10. 1st and 10 for Lynnwood, yet to get anything started here against the Panthers. This WESCO 3A South Division matchup. Saharath stands in the shotgun, awaits the snap, and that's going to be an illegal procedure, I'm guessing, against Lynnwood. The center stood up and turned around earlier. Yeah, it's going to be a false start.
Miles Goldston, right guard, just popped up a little bit early.
Yeah, I don't think they were all on the same page on the snap count. With 24 seconds to play in the first quarter. First down, 15 yards to go from the 19-yard line now for the Royals in white. They'll run it right up the gut there for Nate Williams. Maybe one, put him right on the 20-yard line. And that should bring us then to the close of the first quarter. It's been all Snohomish, 27-0 over Lynnwood. The second quarter coming up. Thanks for being with us on a Thursday night right here on STSPN.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
I think they're introducing every little kid down there. That's cool. Down on the track here, watching the Snohomish Panthers, and they've had a good time here in this first quarter, with their Panthers leading at 27-0. And they're going to mark the ball back at the 20-yard line after the loss on that previous play. We turn around and go the other way.
Well, Snohomish's defense pretty impressive. They've given up 6 total yards. 1 yard rushing, 5 yards passing. So Lynnwood's offense just not able to get anything going.
Now going in this direction was good for Snohomish. See if it's good for Lynnwood here in this second quarter. Play action, they throw the pass, is going to be complete out to the right side. Gain of maybe 2. Jordan Whittle made that catch. and kind of stumbled forward for a yard or two more. Give him 2 officially, 2nd and 12 coming up here for the Royals.
Lynnwood has just got nothing going in the running game, so you're thinking maybe the short passing game like that could act like a run, pick up some chunks of yardage that way.
And just give him some room.
Yep.
3rd and 12, 22-yard line. Saharath with company there in the backfield. Gets the shotgun snap, slings it right, incomplete. Between 2 would-be receivers, Zaire Griffin and Jordan Whittle, were on the supposed receiving end of that pass. But boy, that rolls up quick. It's 4th down.
Yeah, quarterback's really feeling the pressure and got rid of that ball, way before the patterns were even run. I don't know that either of those receivers had turned around yet, and he was getting rid of the ball. And that's what happens when you have a good pass rush.
Dion Baker is in to kick it. Caleb Podel had a nice return the last time. See what happens this time. It's going to be a little shorter kick. In fact, it's going to very short, and then takes a Snohomish roll and goes out of bounds at the 43-yard line. So Snohomish will have the short field, 1st and 10. Click the subscribe button and comment below. It'll help the YouTube algorithm find our games. And you can follow us on Twitter at Snohomish Sports, Instagram at STSPN Live, Facebook at STSPN, and YouTube at STSPN. It's STSPN, Bill, if you didn't know.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, just one more time, STSPN. Follow us, click the subscribe, and we've got football games galore coming up here in the next couple weeks, including tomorrow night. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line for Snohomish. Now Panthers moving left to right. Cale Hammer.
Oh, double reverse.
Double reverse, and they give it around the left side. Mason Orgill will carry. Orgill, maybe 5, put him down inside the 40. That's just a nice play.
Yeah, actually a pretty good defensive play for Lynnwood, too. Nice fake inside, little inside handoff coming Orgill back this direction. Orgill now 3 carries for 44 yards.
Dion Baker in on the coverage there for Lynnwood to get the tackle. They will run it this time. That's going to be Kyle Larson. He's going to get close to first. He's got about a yard and a half, 2 yards short. Asaf Kinfe will come up and make the stop for the Royals. So after a 4-yard gain, it brings up 3rd and a long 1 or a short 2.
Or a really, really short 3.
Yes. So 3rd down, we'll still call it 2 yards to go. Hammer, they're going to throw. It's going to be complete around the right side. That's Gavin Maynard. Maynard heads up down the field, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Snohomish. Gavin Maynard hauled it in, and by the time he got it, the defenders had come over and said, "Who's got the football?" And Maynard says, "I do. I'm wearing number 11, and I'm in the end zone."
Yeah, he just made one nice move, froze the defender, and just trotted into the end zone.
They made the catch.
And he'll just juke this one defender. Got a nice block there. Oh, Larson getting out in front, and then he breaks one tackle, and off to the races in for 6.
That's got to be a great feeling. When there's no one around you. No one's going to hit me. I'm going to go score a touchdown.
I remember every time you were in the clear like that, you had that feeling.
That's right. Caleb Podel will kick it. Wyatt Doran to hold it here for Snohomish. The extra point coming up. No, blocked. I don't know if it was more blocked or just low trajectory. The exit velo didn't live up to snuff, so it'll be no good. It'll be 33-0 when we come back with 9:45 to go in the first half. Thanks for being with us on what? STSPN.com. They got to get this next one. Nine minutes, 45 seconds to play. First half. It's been all Snohomish. Let's take a look at that scoring drive, buddy.
Panthers go 43 yards in 3 plays, 2 on the ground, 1 through the air. That was a 35-yard touchdown pass from Hammer to Maynard. Taking a minute 28 seconds off of the clock. Caleb Podol's kick was no good. It was blocked, and with 9:45 to go here in the first half, Snohomish 33, Lynnwood 0.
And Podol to kick it here for the Snohomish Panthers. I think it's his 6th kick, not counting the extra points. Short, fielded at the 22.
Oh, nice.
It was Griffin who returned it. What did you like, Bill?
Oh, that first move was nice, but when there's 37 red shirts around there, it just doesn't really do that much good. I just feel for those guys. You can tell Lynnwood is really well coached.
Yeah.
I mean, they got their offense in. They're doing things right. It's just they're very, very young. They're small, and they're a little bit outmanned tonight. But I'm impressed with the coaching and what they're trying to do.
They'll start this drive from the 29-yard line, their own 29, down 33-0. Raymond Saharath stands in the shotgun. Oh, now we're going to have Snohomish wants to call a timeout. And that'll let us remind you that tomorrow night on KRKO Radio, we'll be out for the Stille Cup up at John C. Larson Stadium in Arlington. It'll be the Stanwood Spartans and the Arlington Eagles. 6:30 pregame show, 7 o'clock the kickoff. Again, that's tomorrow night, the Stille Cup. And Todd, you gave me a sheet of paper. Here it is. Look at that. Tomorrow night here on STSPN, it will be the Mariner Marauders and the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. Scott, Tim, and Ron will be here at Veterans Memorial Stadium for that game tomorrow night. Then Monday volleyball, Edmonds Woodway at Snohomish. Wednesday volleyball, Jackson at Glacier Peak. So lots of sports coming your way here on STSPN.com.
Well, that Glacier Peak Mariner game will be a good one. Mariners undefeated at 4-0. Glacier Peak with just that one close loss down south. And that'll be a battle for the first place in the 4A.
Then the game that's looming is the Lake Stevens Glacier Peak game, which will be at Lake Stevens, the last game of the regular season on October 28th. It's the new quarterback. Deion Baker now is in at quarterback. He's the senior, 5'10", 165. He's been kind of everywhere else, but now they'll put him in at quarterback. See if they can get some kind of spark going here. They will run the football. Nothing doing there. Zaire Griffin, he's going to get buried at the line of scrimmage. Are they going to give him anything or just no gain on the play? I think no gain there. Put him at the 29-yard line. So, Bill, sometimes you just have to put somebody else in to see if you can mix up the pot a little bit.
That time, Deshaun Snyder came up and made the stop. He weighs 305 pounds, taking down the 145 pounds. So he's more than doubled. And so you know who's going to win that battle.
So from the 29, 2nd and 10. Baker stands in the shotgun. Wide receiver split both ways. You'd think he'd throw. He will. Play action. He's going to be hit once. Throws the football. It's going to be complete at the 40-yard line. Heading upfield at the 45-50. That is Jordan Whittle, who made the catch. Came back and got it. Best play of the night for the Lynnwood Royals. 28 yards on the play.
A great play. Just shaking defenders here. You'll see the quarterback sprinting to the right, and good vision to see his receiver, and then nice play to break that tackle and get up the field. Good for Lynnwood into Snohomish territory.
Down to the 43-yard line at the right hash mark. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Royals. So he did bring in the spark. Deion Baker at quarterback. On 1st and 10, he'll roll and then he'll toss late to Zaire Griffin. And he's going to get met hard right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard gain on that little late toss around the right side.
Griffin's hard to bring down. He's small, but how many times have we seen about 4 tacklers trying to bring him down, and he just holds them up there?
Cole Taylor put the first shot on him, kind of stood him up, stunned him a little bit, but then he motored forward for a couple of more yards. So gain, actually 1 yard. It'll be gain of 1, 2nd and 9, 42-yard line. 7:40 to play in the first half, and a 33-0 lead for Snohomish. Lynnwood taking a lot of time in the huddle here. Now they'll come up to the line of scrimmage on 2nd and 9. Baker at the quarterback spot. Drops back. No, it's a new guy now. Back to Saharath. Saharath is back in. He throws that one. It's going to be complete. And it's going to get down to about the 37-yard line.
Good coaching by Coach Bankhead, taking their starting quarterback out, and letting, having a little chat with the young man on the sideline, getting him calmed down a little bit, and then bringing him back in, and he comes right in with a completion.
Kieran McDougall will make that catch. So that'll bring up 3rd and 4 for the Royals at the 37-yard line. Oh, there's going to be, that's Saharath started barking the signals, and half the line moved, so it's going to be a false start penalty here against Lynnwood. Backs him up 5 yards, put him out to the 42-yard line.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Just when it looked like Lynnwood is, going to get something started here, that backs them up.
So 3rd and 9, 42-yard line. 33-0 lead for the Panthers on their home field. A trip set out to the left side. Back to pass, Sahara throws it down the middle, incomplete. Had a man there. That was Whittle off his fingertips and almost had a chance. That ball kind of fluttered there for a while.
Unfortunate. I'm sure that Whittle wishes he had that one again, just barely off his fingertips. Of course, that ball was coming with a lot of fastball in it, and kind of hard to bring in. One thing that Saharath is going to need to learn is to be able to take a little bit off of that ball, give his receiver more of a chance in a situation like that.
The incomplete pass stops the clock at 6:17. We're facing a 4th down, and they're going to go for it here. 4th and 9 for Lynnwood. He drops back. Kind of lofts one over to the right side into traffic. It was either out of bounds or intercepted. What was it?
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Caught it out of bounds. Oh, unfortunate.
Whittle was the intended receiver, out of bounds. Yeah, the official comes over, gives it the, nope, you were out of bounds, son. So that turns it over on downs to Snohomish. It'll put it all the way out to the 42-yard line. Panthers will have a...
Wow. I don't know, maybe he had 1 foot in. I didn't see his other foot.
Well, Todd, let's take a look at that again, Todd, if we can.
Okay, well, if he only needs 1 foot in, it looked to me like he had that foot in. Unfortunate.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll run the football around the left side. Mason Orgill, flag down. Orgill. So that'll come back. I'm guessing it'll be a hold. Here comes that other one, Bill.
Okay, let's take a look at the 1 foot as he comes around. Man, it looked like that 1 foot was in right there. I was just going, oh, if it's close, give it to him, please. But it doesn't work that way.
Holding penalty here against Snohomish. From the spot of the foul, back him up to the 36-yard line. It'll bring up 1st and about 16 yards to go for Snohomish. Cale Hammer's gone the distance here at quarterback. Fakes the handoff, throws the ball. It's going to be complete out to the 50-yard line. That is Max McDicken who made that catch. Close to 1st down yardage. Needs the 48.5, and he got really to the 40, flag down. What is that going to be? That's going to be offensive pass interference against Snohomish. That'll hurt if you're a Panther fan. So they're thinking that Mr. McDicken pushed off?
I don't know. That was a nice play. They don't often go to the tight end, and they did on that play, but it's possible that it could have been away from the ball too. We just don't know.
So Snohomish stuck in reverse here, but now back to the 21-yard line. Now we got to get out the calculator here. First and about an $8 Uber ride to get a first down. They're back at the 21. They need to get to the 52 to get the first down. So back to pass. Hammer, little screen, lofts it out there, incomplete.
Hammer ended up on his wallet. Nice pressure put on by Lynnwood.
And the tip of the cap to Jack DeCover for out to the 52-yard line. He kind of lofted it out there.
I like how you've updated your pop culture references to say Uber instead of taxi,
Hey, keep up with the kids.
Just saying.
So second down. And it's 30 yards to go. Second and 30. And they'll run the football around the left-hand side. Not much running room there for Mason Orgill. As he turned the corner, maybe got 2. They're not looking for big chunks of yardage, just really to keep the clock moving and head us toward halftime.
Kieran McDougall was the first one to get there and slowed him down, and his compatriot came over and finished off the play.
So third and about 26 yards to go. Line of scrimmage is the 22-yard line. Play action, rolling out. Hammer looking upfield, squares, throws into traffic, complete. Complete upfield. It's going to be grabbed there by Mason Orgill. Not enough for a first down, but he gets a nice 20-yard gain out of that one. Makes it much more manageable if you're going for it here on fourth down.
Really nice job getting his feet in bounds. I don't know if we'll be able to tell here on the replay, but he's going to tiptoe. Oh, very nice.
So that'll bring up 4th and 9 here for Snohomish, but they're going to punt. Will they punt? They look like they're going to punt. Caleb Podel is in there. Zaire Griffin is deep to receive. This would be a good place for a fake, wouldn't it? Or do you want to show that here?
If they fake a punt here,
I
would be angry.
No, they didn't. They kicked it. And it'll be out to the 35-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Lynnwood. Down 33-0, 5:19 to go here in this first half of action.
And the whole idea in the second half, I'm assuming that Snohomish is going to get a lot of different players in there, and it would be really good experience for Lynnwood then to play against some second and third teamers, build up some confidence, and get something going. So I know there have been some coaches in the Western Conference who will remain nameless that leave their starters in way too long and get me all upset. But Joey Hammer is not one of those people, and I'm sure that he'll try to get everybody that's suited up into the game here in the second half.
1st and 10. Deion Baker back in at quarterback. Check it. Saharath is back in at quarterback. They throw. Complete. Few yards. Put him out to about the 39-yard line. Trent Whitehead will come up and get a 4-yard reception.
Actually, he's got a pretty strong arm. Got over to the side and put that thing right on the money.
So from the 39-yard line, Lynnwood will break the huddle. And Saharath will stand in the shotgun and will be back underway here. Kind of a high snap. They will run the football up the gut. 45 out close to the 50 for Nate Williams. Big 11-yard gain for Williams. Puts him out, I think, the nose of the football. Oh, just shy of getting into Snohomish Panther territory, right on the 50-yard line.
And we're seeing a lot of new numbers coming in for Snohomish there. and Lynnwood taking advantage, their best running play of the game.
So from the 50, it'll be 1st and 10 for Snohomish, or excuse me, for Lynnwood. Here's the snap. He throws it into traffic. Boy, it was almost intercepted. He put that in. Zaire Griffin, I think, was the intended receiver. He had a Panther, though, right there, Parker Jackson. First time we said his name tonight. And he almost had an interception. Incomplete pass.
Oh, right in the breadbasket. Lynnwood dodged a bullet.
So 2nd and 10 for the Royals. From the 50, Sahara throws incomplete, kind of behind the intended receiver downfield. That was Jordan Whittle. Samuel Flores in on the coverage. We mentioned Lynnwood got beat, Cole Taylor, got beat a week ago 70-26 by Monroe. They play Mount Lake Terrace next week. They have 3 8 o'clock games in a row. They have Lynnwood against Mount Lake Terrace, Shorecrest at Lynnwood, and then Redmond comes up and visits Edmonds District Stadium on the 21st before the WESCO 3A seeding games happen on the 28th. 3rd down, 10. Back to pass. Sahara throws it. It's going to be complete. Maybe enough for a 1st down if they give him some forward progress. That was Jordan Whittle who made the catch. Gavin Maynard in on the coverage. 10-yard gain. Is that enough?
Really close. Great defensive effort after he caught the ball to.
Yeah, they're going to give it to him. Jim Broughton says, yeah, give him a 1st down. Move the sticks, boys. And they do. At the 40-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10. Clock stopped at momentarily while they moved the sticks. Now it's at 3.5 minutes of play in the 1st half.
Lynnwood playing with a little more confidence now. It's fun to see that.
They'll run the football. Little bit of sliver of running room there, about a 4-yard gain. That'll be Nate Williams.
I like the way Sahara continued his fake after he passed. It was almost like a Statue of Liberty. Got it in there, brought his hand up, did the total fake pass play.
Did he say, give me your tired, your poor?
Your humbled masses yearning to be free?
Yeah.
I don't
Tempest
know.
tossed.
I don't know. Was he mic'd up?
I don't know. Flag down. It's going to be a false start here against Lynnwood. So just about the time they get some positive, and then they'll, let's back up 5 and put it back out to the 41-yard line.
I would love to see Lynnwood polish off a drive and get some points on the board going into halftime. That would really do a lot for their morale.
The clock. They will start the clock here with 2:50. Jim Broughton is waving his arm and to start the clock, and they're not doing it down in the press box down to our left. Back to pass. Sahara throws. Almost picked off. Snohomish Panther went up high to get it.
Let's see, Tom, you've heard of the running clock?
Yeah.
That's the non-running clock.
the non-running clock here. They're probably down there playing dice in the, well, you know who's down there? Coach Ken Roberts, the Snohomish girls basketball coach.
Okay, so we're not going to say anything
No,
more.
we're not.
Never mind.
Yeah. 3rd down. And 11 yards to go at the 41-yard line for the Royals. Trip set left. So Harth will drop back, throws it right. Almost, yeah, it was knocked away. Never really had possession of it. That was Jordan Whittle. Cole Taylor came up and put a licking on him, but he just instantaneously arrived when the ball arrived, and he couldn't hold on to it.
Boom. Nice hit. Good timing right as the ball got there.
And that'll roll up to 4th down now for the Royals.
Oh, I get to say boom again.
There you go.
All right.
4th down, 11 yards to go. Lynnwood will go for it. Empty backfield. 3 wideouts left, 2 to the right. Sets up the pass. No, he will not.
Fumble.
And fumbled the football. Picked up by Snohomish. No whistles on the return. 20, 10, 5, and a touchdown for Snohomish. Mason Podol picked up the quarterback and fumble. A 50-yard return. Touchdown Snohomish.
We have a flag down as well.
Flag down, back up field.
It was pretty late. It was after the play.
Max McDicken caused the fumble, came through, and he made the initial hit on the quarterback.
Oh, strip sack.
Then picked it up and off to the races.
Mason Podol says, don't want Caleb Podol to get all the glory.
No.
So the Podols are putting points on the board for Snohomish.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Snohomish?
No.
No. Oh, it is.
Oh, it is against Snohomish, yeah. I wonder what happened.
And Joey Hammer goes out there and talks to the official, and he says, this is what happened? He goes, you got it. Thank you. No argument.
And I'll have a little chat with that gentleman
Yeah.
a little bit later.
I'm guessing some sort of excessive celebration or... Yeah, they'll do it on the kickoff. The touchdown's in. The next point is the 40th point. If the extra point is good, that puts us into running clock in the second half. Caleb Podol to kick it. The kick is airborne, it's up, and it is good. So with 2 minutes and 23 seconds to play in the first half of action, our score, the Snohomish Panthers 40 and the Lynnwood Royals nothing. We'll come back, take a look at that scoring drive after this timeout.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Keontae Bankhead is the head coach of the Lynnwood Royals. He's looking for just some ways, Bill, to teaching experience, and let's see if what we can do next week.
Coaching is teaching.
Right.
And they'll go into halftime. They'll talk about things. They'll say, we'll have a tough time getting back, but these are the types of things we want to accomplish in the second half to make our team better. And really, their schedule gets easier as things go on. Malik Terrace has actually played better than I expected this year,
right,
and only has one loss, and that's to Snohomish. But then, going up against Shorecrest, I don't know what Redmond has this year, but just an opportunity to, face some of those teams that are not in the upper echelon and maybe come closer or even sneak off with a win.
This is what surprised me, and we talked about it on our popular Prep Sport Weekly show the other night on the radio. We're halfway through the season. Regular season is already halfway through. It's still September, but five Friday nights, and that puts you halfway through the regular season. Here's the approach and the kick by Podol. Takes it at the 22-yard line. That is Zaire Griffin. He'll get out close. I think they're going to put him about the 39, 38-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Royals. If you didn't hear earlier, the Jackson Timberwolves in WESCO 4A play have forfeited tomorrow night, so they're not going to play the Lake Stevens Vikings. The quote that I got was, not enough healthy players.
Yeah, that's come into vogue a little bit since the time a few years back when Archbishop Murphy had those teams that were going to hurt people, and had a bunch of, now coaches are they're looking out for the welfare of their team, and Jackson is thin, and I guess you can't fault them for that.
At the 39-yard line, shotgun snap, throws, going to be complete out to the right flat. That's Baker. Will fall forward, get about a yard, put him out to the 40-yard line. Another flag comes in, at the end of that play. Probably, honestly, the Jackson team, that's a dead ball foul, personal foul against Snohomish. The Jackson should probably be playing in the Polk division, the non-competitive division.
Well, it's been really effective for Cascade this year. It's really helped their program.
Conversely, Cascade should be playing in the Western Conference 3A South Division.
Yeah, because Cascade is much better than we expected. That's right.
Right. And, Shorewood checked out of that division this year. Meadowdale checked in. So, there is a way. There's a path. We've got to take a look at this. Did we take a look at the scoring drive, buddy? Let's do that right now. No, not right now. Let's do it in a minute. 1st and 10. Running play, no gain. Lose about a yard or so. So let's go back and take a look at that previous scoring drive.
It was a defensive scoring drive by Mason Podol, a 50-yard fumble return. Just a few scoring plays later, his brother with a special teams score as well. 2:23 left on the clock in the second quarter, 40-0 Snohomish.
So after the loss on that play, it's going to bring up 2nd down, 12 yards to go at the 48 of Snohomish. Trip set left for Lynnwood. He'll set up. Oh, incomplete. Almost intercepted. It was almost intercepted by Brody Strant, and then Jordan Whittle had a chance as well, but an incomplete pass. A couple people touched it that time, and neither one could make the catch on it. We're down to 1:19 to play in the first half.
Snohomish Panther band coming around the track, getting ready to perform at halftime here.
3rd and 12 at the 48-yard line. Back to pass, throwing into, he overshot his man. He had 3 red shirts from Snohomish in the neighborhood as well. It was Whittle, the intended receiver. That was way overthrown. So it rolls up to 4th down now for the Royals.
It was a great catch by that assistant coach over there, though.
Hey, you look for all the highlights you can find. Lynnwood will call a timeout. We'll step aside with 1:13 to play in the first half. Panthers 40, Royals nothing. Back with more after this.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
One minute, 13 seconds to play in the first half. The Snohomish Panthers have hung 40 on the board here in this half. It was 27-0 at the end of the first quarter. Then 13 points here gets us to 40, and it's a 4th down now for Lynnwood. 4th and 12 at the 48-yard line. Empty backfield for Raymond Saharath. And he'll drop back. Gets pressure. He is going to delivers the football, but incomplete. Zaire Griffin was the intended receiver, but he had a whole boatload of pressure on him when he was trying to get rid of the football.
And he's just lucky to get rid of it. Two people blitzing. There's Mason Podol, and he kind of whiffed on the sack and allowed the quarterback to get rid of the football, but does all for naught anyway. Turns the ball over to Snohomish.
I'm guessing we'll see Snohomish take a knee here as they go into a tight position.
Or not.
Maybe not. Larson will carry across the 50, give him about 3 yards or so into Lynnwood Royal territory. Put him down at the 48-yard line. Game of 4, it'll bring up 2nd and 6 for the Panthers. Cale Hammer, the quarterback. Low snap. Got the ball away. Gave it to Larson. He'll get a few more. Put him down inside the 45-yard line.
Well, Snohomish with that big lead, you don't want to be behind when you're wearing that color combination of red with the black pants. I'm sorry, it just doesn't work for me.
And so that will be it. We're going to bring us to the end of the first half, and our score at the half, it will be the Snohomish Panthers 40, the Lynnwood Royals nothing. Second half coming up, it'll be a running clock. And glad you're with us here on a Thursday night on STSPN.com.
Come with us. The new generation. The next level. Sending it big.
You're in for a good run. Let's go.
Come with us to the track, to the trails, to the slopes, to the surf, to the fight, to the race.
Look at this.
To the 4 a.m. starts. Training harder, pushing further, hitting back, hard. To the fans, to the followers, and the haters. Come with us to the blood, to the sweat, and the broken bones. You rehab. We never quit. We never give up. We take control. To the world titles. To the world's first. The world's best. Come with us. We're just getting started.
It's going to be so much fun. I promise you.
SWCC is an acronym, and it stands for Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
You know, you can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back. And, you know, that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
In the end, we're fighting for each other.
Wolfpack, this is Witch Doctor requesting immediate hot extract. Taking on
Here on the team, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together, and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else in the boats.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood, and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
Introducing Corey, the new recruit. Our Seattle area plumbing company just keeps on growing. Every day, every job, every person is a champion on our team. How we support each other to support our customers is changing the game.
Hey, Gene Johnson Plumbing and Heating, Corey here. How could it possibly be this great to work for a plumbing company? Gene Johnson Plumbing really sets the bar. They are trend setting the nation for a plumbing company. My wife, for the first time in years, wants to bake and cook for my team. Gene Johnson Plumbing is my new plumbing home away from my own, and I will stand by that until I retire. I'm happy.
Experience respect, pride, and appreciation for doing great work.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
Welcome back here to Veterans Memorial Stadium in Snohomish, where the Snohomish Panthers have a 40-0 lead over the Lynnwood Royals. Let's take a look at the first half scoring and the stats from the first half with Buddy Patrick.
We'll start with the scoring of the first half. It was all Snohomish Panthers starting in the first quarter. 43-yard drive, 6 plays, 5 on the ground, 1 through the air, taking a minute 58 seconds off of the clock. A 1-yard run by Kyle Larson. After a 30-yard run just before that play, Caleb Poldo's kick was good, and with 9:50 to go in the first quarter, 7-0 Panthers. Then they get the ball back 56 yards, 3 plays, all on the ground, taking a minute 13 off of the clock. 38-yard touchdown run by Mason Orgill. The kick was no good due to the bad snap. The pass was incomplete. With 7:37 to go in the first quarter, Snohomish 13, Lynnwood 0. Snohomish then a 31-yard passing play on one-play drive. Kale Hammer to Mason Orgill. Caleb Poldo's kick was good. That took just 10 seconds off the clock. 5:42 to go in the first quarter. It was 20-0 Snohomish. Then on a punt by Lynnwood, Caleb Poldo with the return, 47 yards all the way to the end zone, 32 seconds left in the quarter, 27-0 Snohomish. Then the Panthers later in the second quarter, 43 yards, taking 3 plays, 2 on the ground, 1 through the air, taking a minute 28 off of the clock, a 35-yard touchdown pass from Hammer to Maynard. Caleb Poldo's kick was no good. It was blocked with 9:45 to go in the first half. It was 33-0 Panthers. And then on defense, Snohomish with the strip fumble, Mason Poldo with the 50-yard fumble return to the end zone, taking with 23, and the kick by Caleb Poldo was good. 2:23 to go in the second quarter. It's 40-0 Snohomish, and that is our halftime score. We will take a look at some stats for the Lynnwood Royals on the ground. 23 yards for Nathan Williams and 5 carries. He leads the rushers. Only 6 total rushing yards due to some sacks by Raymond Sereth. Through the air for Raymond, 5 for 21 for 26 yards. And then we had Deion Baker with 1 reception for 28 yards. Jordan Whittle with a 40 yards receiving on 3 receptions. 6 total rushing yards, 54 passing, 60 total yards for the Royals. We take a look at the leading Snohomish Panthers on the ground. Kyle Larson, 4 for 10 carries, 59 yards, and a touchdown. Mason Orgo, 4 carries for 46 yards. 188 total rushing yards in the first half. Cale Hammer, 4 for 10 through the air. Steve Willits, if you're listening, that's 40%. 118 yards and 2 touchdowns. Gavin Maynard, 1 reception for 35 yards. Mason Orgill, 2 receptions for 51 yards and 32-yard reception for Kyle Larson. That's 108 yards on the ground, 118 through the air, 226 total yards for the Snohomish Panthers.
Thank you very much, Buddy Patrick. Again, tomorrow night here on STSPN, we've got the Mariner Marauders and the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. Scott, Tim, and Ron will be here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. And then volleyball next week on Monday, it's Edmonds Woodway at Snohomish. On Wednesday, it's Jackson at Glacier Peak. And then next week for Friday football, it's Liberty at Snohomish here on STSPN. And then an afternoon game a week from tomorrow, or a week from Saturday, on the 8th, it'll be the Glacier Peak Grizzlies playing at Kamiak. That's at Frank Goddard Stadium. That starts at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. On KRKO Radio, we've got the Stilly Cup tomorrow night. It's the Arlington Eagles and the Stanwood Spartans. 6:30 pregame show, 7 o'clock the kickoff from John C. Larson Stadium in Arlington. Meanwhile, the Everett Silvertips continue their season, and that game will be on Classic Country, 1520 AM and FM 101.1 KXA. We're getting set for the second half to kick off here, a 40-0 lead, and the Snohomish Panthers will start in the running clock situation to start this second half. Always that magic number, Bill, when you hit 40 and like, let's just pack our bags and head for home. And Lynnwood couldn't agree more, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it goes quickly. You know, the hope for Lynnwood now, again, as I mentioned, near the end of the first half, as you go out there, you want to learn something. You're going to spend some time working to get some second and third teamers from Snohomish. You just want to get something positive going, score some points, build a little confidence to tide you over to make those practices next week a little more crisp going into next week's ball game.
Get only 4 ways that the clock can stop once you've got into the 40 points. One is the for an injury timeout after a score, for a timeout, and the end of the quarter. Deion Baker is into kick the football. Snohomish will get it to start this second half. And here is the approach by Baker. Ryan Stepp is deep to receive. Kind of a short kick. It's going to sail over to the right and go out of bounds. That'll put it out to the 35-yard line, I would surmise. They will take the yardage and put it at the 35. It'll be 1st and 10 for Snohomish. And we were already seeing a bunch of different players out there as we started, or were winding down the last few moments of that first half.
Although it looks like their first team offense is going back into the ball game. This is a surprise to me with a 40-point lead that they'd come in with their first string.
And so to the line of scrimmage they will come. It'll be Cale Hammer at the quarterback.
Boy, that's a bunch of old guys in the booth. A lot of gray hair that I just saw.
Motion man out of the backfield. They'll swing a little swing pass too high, incomplete. That is Brody Strant, who was the intended receiver there. We also see Wyatt Doran out there as a running back or a receiver. So Hammer there at the quarterback, but different other skill positions for the Panthers. The incomplete pass brings up second down and 10 yards to go from the 35-yard line. Hammer, the shotgun snap here. And they will run the football right straight up the gut. That'll be Strant across the 40 and gets out to about the 43-yard line. 8 yards. Brody Strant, the 5'9", 166-pound running back. He is a sophomore for the Panthers. So after an 8-yard gain, brings up 3rd and 2, Bill.
Of course, this is the thing that keeps good teams going is getting a lot of playing time for their younger players, and then they have all that much experience when the following year.
Wyatt Duran actually trip set out to the left. Shotgun snap, it's low. Hammer's going to keep it as he turns the corner left-hand side, and he's not. Let's get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe have the first down. I think he did. He rolled over the 45-yard line before Kieran McDougal comes up and makes the stop. 2 yards and 2 inches, and that's about it because he puts him just across the 45-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Snohomish. Leading at 40-0, running clock, second half here at Veterans Memorial Stadium in Snohomish from the 45-yard line. Ball at the left hash, trip set out to the right side now. Back to pass. Throws, it's going to be complete. I believe he made the catch. Yes, he did. Right on the 5 of the 50. Ryan Stepp comes up and makes the catch. Kieran McDougal on the coverage. Short gain, though, on the completed pass out to the 49.
That was a nice catch, able to get his hands on the ground under the football. Nice play by Sharp.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he had made the catch. It was down so low. So second down, we'll call it 7 yards to go at the 49. They'll run it. Strant, we kicked out of bounds, crosses the 40. It'll be about a 12-yard gain. Jack Samuel hits him. That'll move the sticks, put it down inside the 40-yard line, down to the 39. Snohomish leading at 40-0.
It's very workmanlike coming into the second half.
Yeah, just marching it down the field. On 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line, they will run it. It will be Mason Orgill on the carry. He didn't have a lot of carries in the first half. Looks like about a 7-yard gain. Zaire Griffin comes up, makes the stop.
Orgill now has 5 carries for 53 yards.
So second down and 7 yards to go. Second down and 3 yards to go, excuse me, after the 7-yard gain. 2nd and 3 at the 32, left hash mark. Drip set to the right. Hammer sets up. Kind of lofts it down there. Has a man. It's going to be complete at the 15-yard line. Ryan Stepp is there. Zaire Griffin's there on the coverage, but not before Snohomish gets another 19-yard pass play and a first down for Snohomish. They're at the 13-yard line.
And it's fun to hear some new names.
Yeah.
Being effective for the Panthers.
Double wideouts left. It's going to be kind of a reverse around the left-hand side. It's going to be heading upfield across the 5, close to the goal line. Did he get in? I don't think he did. That's Mason Podol, 12 yards. Needed 13, and he got 12. Mason Podol on that carry.
Good speed. Got around the corner, but once he got to the line, 2 big boys
yeah.
knocking him back. But Snohomish with a 1st and goal.
My guess is they'll give it to 19. Well, actually, they're going to split him over to the left. Will they give it to him to get the touchdown?
He's already got a touchdown.
He does. 1st and goal. No, they'll give it to a different guy, and he just walks into the end zone. That's Brody Strant in for the score for Snohomish.
And they make it look easy like they did the entire first half. A nice drive going down the field, a nice mix of pass plays and run plays. One thing that Joey Hammer's offense is really diverse and balanced between the pass and the run.
Took 5 minutes there as the clock is moving with the addition of the extra point. To ensue here, Caleb Podol out of the hole to Wyatt Doran. Some of the snaps have been, that's a good one. Been an adventure. Ball is up and it is good. Take a break with 6:14 to play and counting. Thought we stopped, but okay. We're making up for the clock running earlier. 47-0. We'll be back after this.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Clock, they did finally stop the clock here. We're in running clock, but after a score, you do stop until the ensuing kickoff, and then it runs.
It's nice to have a spotter that's in the Washington State Officials Hall of Fame to go down and explain the...
Yell at the clock operator.
No, I was going to say, explain kindly how
okay.
running clock works. So he'll be back pretty soon. Of course, he's been down there for a while. So
yeah, that's right. I think they're beating him up. Or maybe they got snacks down there.
Yeah.
Todd doesn't have any snacks.
I just saw Ken laughing down there.
Did they have snacks down there or something? The 4 times you stop it. Here's a kick away. It's going to be fielded by Whittle at the 5. To the 15, 20. Ooh! Hit hard as he... at about the 23, 24-yard line. Oh, Bill, that's a visit to the chiropractor after this one. Watch this one.
Do you remember when Quick Draw McGraw would turn into El Kabong?
Kabong, yeah.
That's what that reminded me of, El Kabong.
We take a look at that scoring drive with Buddy Patrick.
65 yards in 8 plays, 6 on the ground, 2 through the air, taking 5 minutes of the running clock off the clock. It was 6:01, kept running after the field goal. 6:01 to go. It was a 1-yard run by Brody Strant. Caleb Podol's kick was good. It was 47-0 Snohomish here in the third quarter.
From the 24-yard line, it's 1st and 10 for Lynnwood, their first possession of this second half, and nowhere to run, nowhere to hide for the running back, who kind of got flipped out from behind. Zaire Griffin, nothing there. They'll give him 1 out to the 25.
Still a lot of starters in on defense, but I suspect that this will be their last series.
And the quarterback for Lynnwood, Raymond Saharath, the 5'8", 150-pound sophomore. But if you look up and down their roster, lots of freshmen, lots of sophomores.
Not very many juniors and not very many seniors. So a couple years down the line, they should be pretty good. 2nd and
9, everybody jumped off the side there. You got flags aplenty from both. And this is going to be a false start here against Lynnwood. So this drive will back up a little bit, brings up 2nd down.
Okay, here we go. Getting some new numbers in there for Snohomish. That's always good to see.
Give everybody a chance to play a series or so in the second half, and then pack it in, boys. Back to pass. Sahara throws over to the right flat. It's going to be complete at the 40-yard line. New guys in there. 50-40. That is Deion Baker, down the right sideline. Deion Baker, touchdown. 80-yard pass play.
Oh, that was a beauty. After having most of the long throws early in the ball game go too long, that one absolutely perfectly delivered. And what speed down there to outrun the Snohomish defenders for 6. Good for Lynnwood as they get on the board.
So Lynnwood scores their first points of the football game. And again, the other thing I like to say about the running clock, you can't buy your way out of it. Doesn't matter if you pull back within 5. It's still going to be a running clock. So waiting for the extra point here. It is up and it is good. With 3:41 to play here in the third quarter, 47-7. Snohomish with a lead over Lynnwood. Back with more after this timeout.
You may have heard the phrase, the early bird gets the worm. Well, at Bickford Ford, the early bird gets first crack at the new 2023 Fords. Right now, order a new 2023 Ford F-150 and move to the front of the line for America's #1 truck for the last 45 years. Or start your order on the 2023 Ranger, Edge, Bronco Sport, or Explorer. Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership. Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or at bickford.net.
47-7 Snohomish with the lead over Lynnwood. Thursday night football here on STSPN.
Very happy to see Lynnwood put some points on the board. That does so much for their psyche, going into next week. Good for them.
Deion Baker to kick it for the Lynnwood Royals. Back to the Snohomish Panthers. Ryan Stepp is deep to receive, along with Garrett Kramer. End over end and short. It's going to be fielded by Upman at the 23. Kind of dives forward across the 25. That was Flores on the return. Kind of in traffic there. And they'll set up shop 1st and 10 for Snohomish at about the 27-yard line. We go to Buddy Patrick with a look at that scoring drive.
Go 76 yards in 2 plays, 1 on the ground, 1 through the air, taking 2 minutes and 19 seconds off of the clock. 80-yard touchdown pass from Raymond Sahara to Deion Baker. Point after touchdown kick was good, and with 3:41 to go in the third quarter, it's Snohomish 47, Lynnwood 7.
Cale Hammer's evening is done. He goes 7 innings, gives up 3 runs. No, that's in his best sport when he goes to Gonzaga. They'll run the football. Lucas Bosa is the quarterback, and they give it to William Hernandez, and he'll turn the corner. Get kind of close to first down yardage. I think he's going to get about 9 out to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, Hernandez showed some good speed on the play, getting off the right tackle there and picking up good positive yardage.
Lucas Bosa, 6'4", 197-pound junior. Snohomish with a second down and a yard to go at the 36-yard line. Bosa gets it. He'll hand off. That is William Hernandez again. I don't think so. Well, they're going to stop. They're going to stop the clock. Oh nope. Jim Broughton says, "Yeah, give him a first down."
They're not going to stop the clock because that's not one of the 4.
But they are going to stop the clock because of a timeout.
Okay,
that is one of
the 4.
We'll step aside. A minute 58 to go, third quarter, 47-7 Snohomish. We'll be right back.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do-It-Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
We're running down the famous Snohomish Panthers and what their numbers are. I remember the first time I tried to read a roster. So I think Todd's looking at last year's roster. So, meanwhile, been a long night. William Hernandez on the carry that time for the Snohomish Panthers. He's going to get about 7 on the play. Put him out. So Hernandez carries, gets 7 out to the 44-yard line.
Hernandez already 3 carries for 17 yards.
And Bosa in for Hammer at the quarterback spot. Stands in a shotgun. Double wideouts to the left on a second down and 3 yards to go. Little double reverse, and that time it's not going to work. They gave it second man with Silas Green, and Silas Green said, "You should have just kept the football because I got buried way back." Big loss there on that play.
Looked like he was trying to make a wish with a wishbone the way his arm flew out.
Yeah. Victor Sanchez Hernandez comes up and makes the stop.
Nice defensive play.
So Snohomish facing a 3rd and 9 at the 38. About 45 seconds to go in the third quarter. Bosa being pressured, throws, puts it in. It's going to be intercepted.
Oh, beauty.
It's going to be intercepted by Lynnwood. That is Dion Baker who got the interception. The ball kind of fluttered on him as it arrived.
Oh, he makes a great play on the ball. Bosa gets the ball. Ball kind of goes a little bit end over end, and then watch the flight of the ball and just go right in front of the receiver, get both feet in bounds.
Yep.
And nice play for Lynnwood.
Parker Jackson was the intended receiver for Snohomish. Never got to him. So it's 1st and 10 for, end of the third quarter. That's it. 47-7. Panthers leading the Royals. Fourth quarter coming up right here on STSPN.
SWCC is an acronym, and it stands for Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
You know, you can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back. And, you know, that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
In the end, we're fighting for each other.
Full practice, switch doctor, requesting immediate hot extract. Taking on heavy.
Here on the team, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together, and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else in the boat.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood, and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
Today's game on STSPN.com is brought to you in part by Les Schwab Tires, by Adrenaline Fundraising, by Airfield Espresso, by American Family Insurance, Sally Petty Agency, and by Bickford Ford in Snohomish. 1st and 10 for Lynnwood. They'll start this drive at the 38-yard line. They'll give it on the handoff around the right-hand side. That's Zaire Griffin out to the 50 and then into Snohomish territory. Kind of got, not late hit, but he got hit right on the boundary as he turned the corner, but he gets enough to get a first down.
Great speed and a little bit of Marshawn Lynch stiff arm on that one guy. Nice play.
From the 46-yard line, that was Zaire Griffin on that play. Here comes the next play. 1st and 10 at the 46. Saharath gets it. Toss left side. Zaire Griffin on the carry. Heads upfield. 45-40. 35 to about the 32-yard line. Zaire Griffin got that toss and headed upfield, and he gets a 14-yard gain, 13 officially, and enough for a first down for Lynnwood.
It's amazing what a little bit of a crease will do for you when you're running the football. He has good speed, and he's able to just dart through there and pick up some positive yards. Didn't see many creases in the first half.
No. Second half, running clock, Snohomish by 40. They led 40-0 at the half. They've put one on the board. Lynnwood's put one on the board here in this second half. Coming up on 10 minutes to play in the football game. Kind of a high snap there. They run the football right up the middle. That is Williams. Maybe enough for a first down. He does. He'll move the sticks. 11-yard gain for Nate Williams, the 5'6", 155-pound sophomore. Lots of sophomores on this team. We haven't seen a lot of freshmen yet playing tonight that we've called their names. So first down at the 22-yard line for Lynnwood. Raymond Saharath stands in the shotgun. Tosses. Griffin. 20. Griffin about the 17. You can put him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a 4-yard gain for the Royals. Threatening here, moving the football.
That young offensive line starting to get into gear a little bit now. plenty of openings for Griffin and Williams.
Mostly second-teamers now in there for Snohomish on the defensive side. 2nd and 6 yards to go. At the 18-yard line, kind of a high snap. They give it on the inside handoff. Zaire Griffin kind of slaloms his way across the 15, down across the 10, and all the way down to the 5-yard line. 13-yard gain. Bill looked like a ski slalom. He just, no, this way, no, that way, now this gate, now that gate.
Well, it's good he was able to avoid the moguls. That's good.
That's right.
Anyway, Griffin now been a workhorse, 11 carries, now 48 yards.
First down, goal to go for Lynnwood at the 5-yard line. Very high snap that time. Again, they give it to Griffin. He's going to be denied on the first try, heading for the end zone. He needed 5, got 4. Put him down at the 1-yard line. Zaire Griffin on that carry.
Great job corralling that snap. That could have easily sailed over the quarterback's head. He was able to snag it and save that play.
He's not a big guy either. Griffin, 5'7", 145 pounds, sophomore as well. Second down, goal to go at the 1. Very high snap. He had to juggle it that time, and then the play just dismantles in front of him. The snap was high, then it was very high, and this one was extremely high. Good, yeah. Just had to kind of tap it up to himself and do some juggling out there.
What did it do?
That's
what I thought you said.
Barnum and Bailey's favorite, Carl King.
I thought it was Carl Christian, but okay.
Different guy altogether. Third down, we're entertaining Buddy Patrick. That's it. That's the only person that's entertained. Third down, goal to go at the 4-yard line. Down to 7.5 minutes to play in the game. About the right hash. Saharth calls signals. He's going to loft one into the corner, puts it out there and into the end zone for the touchdown, Jordan Whittle.
Very nice. Just a fade route to the outside, put the ball up nice and high. The defender's back was turned. Easy catch for a touchdown for Lynnwood.
You got a good snap there. That started the play well. Then he just lofted into that corner and high pointed it and got it. So extra point coming up here. The kick is away and it is good. With 7 minutes and 21 seconds, Amer Aboud will kick it. 7:21 to go in the game. 47-14 Snohomish. Up big. Back with more after this. Yosemite Sam, here we go. So the Snohomish Panthers up big, 47-14. Lynnwood drives down. We should give a shout out to last night on the Snohomish County Sports Hall of Fame. We were talking about the officials with Jim Carter going in as a member of the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's well deserved. Many years of contributing to the growth of young men here in Snohomish County.
Yeah, I had a nice speech last night at the banquet. I had the pleasure to MC last night. Nice crowd. Here's the approach and the kick down to the 11-yard line. Ryan Stepp on the return. He's going to get out to the 30, out to the 33. Bill, the other, and we've been doing this a long time, the other one of the players that went in was Grady Sizemore of Cascade. And I mentioned, when you talk about the great athletes from Snohomish County, Grady Sizemore is on the very short list.
Very, and I don't even remember him from high school baseball because I remember him so much from high school football.
Right.
Playing running back for Cascade, and yeah, what a tremendous athlete he was and is.
And you forget, 3-time All-Star, 2-time Gold Glove winner. So here we go, 1st and 10 for Snohomish. Talk about high snaps. There's one there. He says, just block for me. I'm heading upfield. And he does. And that is Lucas Bosa. We got a flag down, too. That's going to be a hold. You almost can't help but hold on that one when your quarterback's fully stretched out to try to go get it.
Bosa's going, come on, you're taking away my stat.
Yeah, he's 6'4", needs to be 6'10" to get that flag that one down. So the holding penalty from the point of the foul will put it down inside the 25-yard line, put him at the 24. Let's take a look at that scoring drive.
Lynnwood goes 62 yards in 8 plays, 7 on the ground, 1 through the air, taking 4 minutes, 39 seconds off the clock. A 4-yard touchdown pass from Sareth to Whittle. Point after touchdown with kick was good with 7:21 to go in the fourth quarter, 47-14 Snohomish.
First down, 17 yards to go. They'll hand it off right straight up the middle, 40-yard line, still on his feet out to the 45, and carrying the football. We don't have a 33. It's 21 yards, and this was a roster that was sent to me by Joey Hammer this afternoon. Said Todd has it on his 1976 state championship roster. It was Jerry McLean and Chris Utt with the handoff there.
Another new quarterback in for Snohomish. Gavin Maynard now in at quarterback.
We've got 33 is Bridger Foley. So we're getting 33 as Bennett. So, okay, well, if you don't give us the right names, we can't give the right names. So second down and 11 yards to go at the 44-yard line for Snohomish. They'll run the football. It's going to be 33 again. We just had a lady stop by the booth and say that's the wrong guy, and we're getting other names. I think they're getting the information down. $11 is okay. Yeah, you want to go to the PA booth. There you go. So there hasn't been much PA either because the PA doesn't have the right numbers either.
Okay, so this is not Maynard at quarterback. It's somebody else with dual numbers, 11. So they, probably some kids coming off the JV getting some varsity action. That's great.
So 10-yard gain there. I'm kind of afraid to give
him credit, yeah.
And if you've noticed in the background, no PA has been announced here because they don't know the numbers either. So, yeah. We're getting Evan Ruiz at quarterback.
Okay.
And they'll run it out the left side.
Just listen carefully.
This just in, coming in from our correspondent. They don't know either. Evan Ruiz, we think, is number 11 at quarterback. And that's 33 who has the football there. That's going to be enough for a first down across the 30-yard line. Down to 2:42 to go in this one, in a running clock, second half.
I'm checking to see if any of those Little League guys that were sitting down in front of us earlier has actually gone into.
They're gone. They're powder.
Of course, it's past their bedtime.
That's right. Past my bedtime. What are you talking about?
Maybe one of them snuck on.
So the 29-yard line, 1st and 10, Snohomish. That's Ruiz to the mystery man wearing twin threes.
If the grandmother of number 33 would please call this number.
That's right. Put it in the chat feature on the YouTube, and then we can know who they are. Problem is, Grandma and Grandpa don't know who it is either. The roster is wrong. So 2nd and 11 for Snohomish.
Quarterback keeper.
Ruiz will keep it. Little stutter step at the 30, hit from behind.
Fumble. Looks like Lynnwood
and
recovered.
Lynnwood looks like they got it. Cohen Bennett, we're understanding now, is number 33. So Cohen Bennett will be the recipient of those 33 numbers.
Wow, nice strip sack. It wasn't a sack, but stripping the ball away for Lynnwood. Oh, they're going to say that his knee was down. So Snohomish retains possession.
So after the gain of a couple, brings up now second down. We're down to 40 seconds to go, and this game will mercifully come to a close if we, without really knowing who some of the players are. And that's good. If you're a Snohomish Panther, that means a lot of guys have gotten to play. Cohen Bennett carried there. He'll be dropped down to 21 seconds. And that, I think, will be that. The Panthers do not have to run another play. It's a fourth down. The clock is running. We're down to 9 seconds to go. And the game will come to a close.
A good solid victory for Snohomish. Good learning experience for Lynnwood there in the second half.
Yeah, the Panthers get the win 47-14. We'll have our Adrenaline fundraising players of the game coming up. Today's game also brought to you by G. Johnson Plumbing, GS Heating, Cooling, and Electric, McDaniels Do It Best, Monster Energy Drink, and U.S. Navy Recruiting and the Marines. So looking ahead for the Snohomish Panthers. For the Panthers, they have Liberty of Renton next Friday. Snohomish at Shorewood the week following. The 21st, Monroe at Snohomish. That's a big game. Bill, that'll be a huge game for the Snohomish Panthers when the Monroe Bearcats come.
Oh, that's going to be probably for all the marbles in playoff seeding and everything for Snohomish. And Monroe's tough this year. That's going to be a real challenge for the Snohomish Panthers, and that hopefully will have a full stadium there here to witness that ball game, and I bet you Monroe travels really well.
And Lynnwood, they will continue, and they play next week against Mountlake Terrace at 8 o'clock. That's next Friday. Then they host Shorecrest the following week, and the 21st they'll host Redmond, so the Redmond Mustangs will come up from the Kinko, and then going into the WESCO 3A seeding games. We will take a break, come back, we'll talk with our players of the game. Again, the final score, the Snohomish Panthers 47, the Lynnwood Royals 14. Back with more from Snohomish after this timeout.
You may have heard the phrase, the early bird gets the worm. Well, at Bickford Ford, the early bird gets first crack at the new 2023 Fords. Right now, order a new 2023 Ford F-150 and move to the front of the line for America's #1 truck for the last 45 years. Or start your order on the 2023 Ranger, Edge, Bronco Sport, or Explorer. Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership. Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or at bickford.net.
We at Gene Johnson are here and ready to help with our touch-free service. Being clean and safe are at the top of our minds. We're using gloves, masks, shoe covers, and lots of hand sanitizer. Our software allows us to get your approval without any physical contact. We hope you don't need us, but if you do, we're ready. Gene Johnson, clean, on time, and professional.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do-It-Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
So where are we looking, Todd? This way? Right there. Okay, all right. Okay. And we welcome you back to Veterans Memorial Stadium tonight, where the Snohomish Panthers get the win 47-14 over the Lynnwood Royals. Our players of the game, Caleb Podel and Mason Podel. Give a wave, guys. You guys here? There you go.
Do you guys know each other?
Yes.
Twins.
Yeah, we're twins. I was going to say, how long have you known each other? So let's ask Mason. Let's ask Mason about Caleb. Talk about what kind of player he is.
He's just an absolute unit on the field. There's not one play where he ever wavers. He knows what he's doing. He's going 100%. He's feeling his job, and he's helping the team.
Okay, let's go the other way. Talk about your brother.
Mason is he's a menace on the field. He will go 100% no matter what. Even if there's someone in the way, he'll knock them over.
All right. Well, first let's talk about that kick return. You're usually the one kicking the ball, but not only talk about it, but you had the kicker, last guy to beat, and pretty much Marshawn lynched him. So talk a little bit about your return.
I just kind of they just told me to do what I'm supposed to do and go down the line, and there was only one guy in my way, and I just had to run him over.
It worked too. And talk a little bit about the strip sack and your return.
So I saw him roll out, and then somebody got him. The ball just rolled into my hands, and it's just open field from there.
All right.
So what's the best part, offense or defense? Which do you guys like playing better? Defense. Really?
Yeah.
You don't want to score the touchdowns?
I score them on defense.
Well, that's a good point.
Makes sense.
Well, guys, good job, good game. Enjoy those shirts. We'll get some pictures here. Those are our adrenaline fundraising players of the game. The brothers, the Podel brothers, Mason and Caleb, they are our players of the game. Again, today's final score, 47-14. The Snohomish Panthers get the win over the Lynnwood Royals. Thanks for being with us on STSPN.com. Good night.